Allah sees what you sacrifice. Allah knows what you're giving up. Nothing done for His sake goes unnoticed. Nothing done for His sake goes unrewarded. Your silent tears are seen. Your unspoken fears are heard. Your patience is recorded. Your sacrifices are counted. And your trust in Him will never be wasted. So walk away from what destroys your peace. Walk away from what confuses your heart. Walk away from what distances you from Allah. Walk away from anything that forces you to betray your principles. Walk away from any place where your soul feels misplaced. Walk away from any person who leads you to sin more than they lead you to Allah. Walk away from anything that makes your prayers weaker, your heart heavier, your iman dimmer. Allah wants ease for you, not struggle. Purity for you, not corruption. Light for you, not darkness. And one day when you look back, you will realize that the moment you decided to walk away was the moment your life began to heal. The moment your heart began to breathe. What felt like a breaking point was actually a turning point. What felt like loss was actually liberation. What felt like the end was the beginning of everything written for you. So breathe, release, let go. You are not walking away empty-handed. You are walking away with Allah beside you. You are walking away with dignity. You are walking away with a heart that is ready to be rebuilt by the one who created it. You are walking away from what was never yours toward what has always been written for you. You are walking away from noise toward peace, from harm toward protection, from temporary attachments toward eternal reward. It's time to walk away for Allah, and when you do, your steps will be guided, your heart will be guarded, and your future will be greater than anything you tried to hold on to. Let go. Trust Him. Walk. And as you walk, something remarkable begins to happen. The world you once clung to starts shrinking behind you. And the world Allah has prepared for you starts opening in front of you. You begin to realize that the weight you carried for so long wasn't yours to carry. You were bending yourself for people who never prayed for you. You were exhausting your heart for relationships that didn't honor your soul. You were draining your peace for environments that didn't deserve your presence. And all this time, Allah was waiting for you to choose Him so He could fill your life with better. When you walk away for Allah, you aren't walking into emptiness. You're walking into clarity. Your heart becomes quieter. Your mind becomes sharper. Your soul becomes lighter. Suddenly you can hear yourself again. That inner voice you buried under constant noise and emotional chaos. You can hear your conscience instead of your fear. You can hear your faith instead of your attachments. You can hear what Allah has been whispering to you in moments when you were too distracted to listen. And it's in those moments when you step away from what was draining you that you finally understand why Allah was pushing you to let go. Because He saw the conversations that broke you. He saw the nights you cried but told no one. He saw how many times you forgave people who weren't even sorry. He saw how you trusted people who were careless with your heart. He saw how you stayed loyal to people who weren't loyal to Him. Allah saw everything. And sometimes His greatest mercy is removing you from places that were poisoning your spirit slowly. Walking away doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care about your soul more. It means you care about Allah's pleasure more. It means you finally recognize that you deserve the kind of life that nourishes your iman instead of draining it. You deserve the kind of love that lifts you, not confuses you. You deserve the kind of peace that makes your heart quiet, not anxious. You deserve the kind of companionship that brings you closer to Jannah, not further from it. So don't apologize for choosing Allah over people. Don't feel guilty for choosing your peace over someone's inconsistency. Don't regret the moments you walked away from what harmed your faith. Allah will replace every person you lost with someone better. He will replace every tear you shed with something sweeter. He will replace every disappointment with wisdom. He will replace every heartbreak with a deeper connection to Him. And the truth is, the moment you walk away for Allah, the world begins to look different. You start valuing things you used to ignore. You start recognizing blessings you used to overlook. You feel grateful for silence. You appreciate distance. You understand that not everything needs closure. Some things need absence. You learn that peace is not found in people, but in obedience. And you realize that what you thought you needed was actually what was blocking your growth. Your heart might feel fragile now, but it won't stay that way. Allah strengthens what is surrendered to Him. Allah heals what is handed over. Allah protects what is purified. And the more you walk away from what harms you, the clearer the path becomes. You will stop blaming yourself for things you couldn't control. You will stop chasing people who were never meant to stay. You will stop carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders. You will stop trying to fix what Allah is trying to remove. And slowly, step by step, you'll become someone new, someone who doesn't beg to be seen. Someone who doesn't cling to what doesn't align. Someone who doesn't fear losing people. Because you know Allah will never let you lose what is meant for you. Someone who walks with purpose, dignity, and faith. Someone who has learned that walking away is sometimes the greatest form of worship. Because when you walk away for Allah, you're not just leaving something behind, you're rising above it. You're choosing Him over your ego, your attachment, your fear. You're proving with your actions what your tongue has said in your prayers. Ya Allah, guide me, protect me, purify me, strengthen me, strengthen me. And guidance sometimes feels like separation. Protection sometimes feels like distance. Purification sometimes feels like loneliness. Strength sometimes feels like starting over. But every feeling has its purpose. Every moment has its wisdom. Every step makes you stronger, wiser, softer, more sincere. So keep walking, even when it hurts, even when it feels lonely. When your heart trembles, Allah is with you in every step. His plan is wrapped around you. His mercy surrounds you. His angels accompany you. And the path you're taking now, the path you chose for His sake, will lead you somewhere your heart will finally call home. Walking away is not the end. It is the beginning of the life Allah wants for you. It is the beginning of your healing, your clarity, your strength, your rebirth. It is the beginning of a chapter where your peace is protected, your faith is prioritized, and your heart belongs to the one who never disappoints. So walk. Don't look back. Don't second guess. Don't let loneliness trick you into returning to what broke you. Allah is preparing something unimaginable for you. Something you will look at one day and think, if I had known this was coming, I would have let go sooner. Keep walking for Allah. Your best is ahead of you, not behind. And as you continue walking, you start realizing something you never noticed before. The journey itself is healing you. Each step forward pulls a thorn from your heart. Each day of distance clears a layer of fog from your mind. Each breath you take away from what drained you becomes a breath filled with a new kind of strength, one that comes only from Allah. You begin to see that the loneliness you feared so much isn't loneliness at all. It's Allah giving you space to rediscover yourself, space to hear your own heart again, space to rebuild your connection with Him without the noise of people who never cared for your growth, space to find peace that isn't temporary or dependent on anyone, space to see your worth without needing validation. That silence you once hated, it becomes your sanctuary. A place where your worries soften, your thoughts settle, your emotions unravel, and your soul finally rests. You realize that being alone doesn't mean being abandoned. It means being chosen by Allah for a season of healing. Because some roads require walking alone, not because you are weak, but because the people who once walked with you cannot survive the elevation Allah is taking you to. They were part of your past, not your future. They were part of your story, not your destiny. And keeping them would only delay what Allah wrote for you long ago. You start noticing your heart changing. You no longer crave the chaos you once chased. You don't desire the attention that used to excite you. You don't seek the approval that once controlled you. The things that once shattered you no longer hold power. The people who once confused you no longer influence you. And the situations that once drained you no longer feel worth your time. Because when Allah strengthens you, He does it from the inside. Quietly, gradually, gently, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you are not who you used to be. You are calmer, wiser, lighter, more grounded, more aligned with your values, more connected with your faith, more protective of your peace, more aware of what truly matters. Walking away for Allah becomes less of a struggle and more of a celebration. A celebration of who you're becoming, who you're leaving behind, and who Allah is guiding you toward. A celebration of clarity replacing confusion, strength replacing fear, dignity replacing desperation. A celebration of trusting Allah's plan, even when you don't fully understand it. And then comes the part you never expected. Rewards start unfolding quietly in your life. Opportunities appear. Peace grows. Your prayers feel deeper. Your reliance on Allah increases. Your nights become softer. Your mornings become lighter. You feel a kind of contentment you never felt while holding on to the wrong people or the wrong places. This is Allah showing you the beauty of sacrifice, the sweetness of obedience, the peace that comes from choosing Him over your temporary emotions. You start realizing that everything you lost wasn't loss, it was alignment. It was Allah rearranging your life so blessings could enter. It was Allah clearing your path so you wouldn't trip over what you kept holding on to. It was Allah rewriting your story with more mercy than you ever asked for. And one day suddenly you will find something or someone that fits your soul effortlessly, someone who honors your values, an environment that nurtures your peace, a purpose that breathes life into your heart, blessings that feel light, natural, and sent directly from Allah. And you will think to yourself, this is why I had to walk away. Every tear had a purpose. Every heartbreak had a lesson. Every farewell had wisdom. Every silent night had patience written in it. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Nothing was without divine care. Allah didn't ask you to walk away to punish you. He asked you to walk away to protect you, to guide you, to grow you, to prepare you for something greater than your limited vision could ever imagine. So keep walking, even if the road is quiet, even if the path feels long, even if your heart still aches. Allah is not done writing your story. Your chapter of peace has not even begun yet. Your chapter of answered du'as is on its way. Your chapter of blessings you never expected is already written. You just have to reach it. And you will. As long as every step you take is for Allah, you will never walk alone and you will never walk toward anything except goodness. Keep walking away from what harms you. Keep walking toward what heals you. Keep walking for Allah. Your best days haven't passed. They're coming. And as you keep moving forward, something shifts inside you. You start understanding that every step you take away from what drained you is actually a step toward becoming the person Allah always intended you to be. You begin to see your heart through a cleaner lens, not clouded by attachment, fear, or insecurity. You start realizing that the pain you felt wasn't a punishment. It was a sign that you were growing, a sign that Allah was preparing you for a different level of faith, a sign that your soul was tired of pretending, tired of holding, tired of settling for less than what Allah created you for. Walking away for Allah doesn't just change your path, it changes your heart. Slowly it becomes stronger in ways you never thought possible. You begin to rely on Allah more and on people less. You start finding comfort in dua instead of conversations that left you empty. You feel closer to Allah in moments of silence than you once felt in rooms full of people. You start to understand that solitude with Allah is not emptiness. It's intimacy. It's where your heart heals. It's where your peace returns. It's where your purpose becomes clear. And the further you walk, the more you realize how much you tolerated that you never should have. You tolerated disrespect from people you valued more than they valued you. You tolerated emotional storms that exhausted your spirit. You tolerated being misunderstood, overlooked, forgotten. You tolerated situations that pulled you away from Allah because you were scared to be alone. But now you see that being alone with Allah is better than being surrounded by people who don't push you toward Him. You begin to see that sometimes the people you love are tests, not blessings. Sometimes the environments you crave are traps, not comfort zones. Sometimes what you hold on to is the very thing blocking your next blessing. And sometimes walking away is not a choice, it is salvation. It is Allah saying, I want you closer to me. You cannot rise while holding on to this. Then comes a moment when your heart stops fighting. You stop wishing things were different. You stop begging for what wasn't written for you. You stop trying to rewrite chapters Allah already ended. You stop holding on to feelings that were never meant to stay. You stop chasing people who were never meant to walk with you into the next stage of your life. Instead, you begin to trust. You begin to breathe. You begin to let Allah take control in ways you resisted before. And that trust becomes your strength. It becomes your shield. It becomes your freedom. Because nothing feels lighter than a heart that finally lets Allah lead completely. And then, almost quietly, blessings start appearing in places you never looked. You find yourself drawn to people who understand your worth. You find comfort in spaces that honor your peace. You find strength in prayers you once struggled to make. You find clarity in decisions you used to fear. You find sweetness in worship you once rushed through. You find patience becoming easier and gratitude becoming natural. This is what happens when you walk away for Allah. He replaces everything you lost with something better. He fills the empty spaces with something healing. He replaces the noise with tranquility, the confusion with wisdom, the heartbreak with purification. You start feeling like your heart is finally your own again. No longer controlled by fear, no longer chained to the wrong people, no longer tied to temporary attachments. It becomes free, free to love Allah fully, free to trust Him completely, free to rise toward the version of you that He designed. And one day you'll look back at the moment you walked away and realize it was the turning point of your life. It was the moment Allah opened a door you didn't know existed. It was the moment He pulled you out of harm's way. It was the moment He saved you from losing yourself. It was the moment you stepped into a future that had been waiting for you all along. The pain will fade. The confusion will soften. The ache will quiet. The past will lose its grip. And you will stand there stronger than ever, grateful that you chose Allah over everything else. Grateful that you trusted Him when your heart trembled. Grateful that you let go when holding on was killing you. Grateful that you walked away not because you wanted to, but because Allah whispered in your soul that better was coming. And better will come. It's more peaceful, more stable, more sincere, more aligned with your heart and your faith, more connected to Allah in ways you couldn't imagine before. So keep walking. You haven't reached the best part yet. The chapter you're stepping into will make every tear, every sacrifice, every silent struggle, every lonely night worth it. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the version of you that Allah always meant for you to become. Keep walking for Allah. Your destination is worth every step.